Hello and welcome. I feel as if I'm in a position like a mad scientist and just trying to see how far I can take this thing. And I don't even think I really know what to do. Meaning, when you think you know everything for the first time, you barely know anything at all. And then when you progress better than that, you're doing pretty good. And then with that being said, as far as playing two coins together, I've been talking a lot about this over the last 2, 3 months. And in such, what I've been talking about is that within this game here, and before I bring this up, I'm going to give you the code. This is gross coin, GRS and XEM. The 6-digit ticker, XTR, 0, not an O, 041. Now this one doesn't have all the data. I just don't have the data from early 2016, although it is present within these coins. But that's when I started, and in 2015. I intentionally started this at a dollar point with Bitcoin when the prices were high on the intermediate term time frame. And when altcoins, generally speaking, were also high on the intermediate to long term time frame. Just to see how one would do. But one of the theories I've talked about is, you know what, this is all fine and dandy because you are going to really well overperform this market. And that's just really what it comes down to. But what is not shown on this are two really important indicators. Okay, well, I see the ratio of GRS and NEM is 1.245, which means that that's how much GRS is worth more than that of NEM at this time. But what's the price of GRS and NEM against Bitcoin? And what's the price of Bitcoin against the dollar? For in understanding those numbers, then, well, you could probably do better. So amongst it, we'll play this game for decent volatility. And what we're going to do is see, well, okay, well, the ratio starts off at 1.245. And there's no way I'm going to beat the score that I've already did the first time I did it. I've tried 2 or 3 times, and I haven't done it. This font is going to be unfortunately too big. It's the one I usually use, but for the size of this video, I'm going to have to stick with this one. So for the lowest price, I'm going to enter in, say, 1. That's a 25% decline, maybe 1.8 for the high. It goes down there. So within the NEM, I can easily afford to sell close to 20%. And there we have it. So then let's look for the next move. Let's say 79 on the decimal, maybe 1.44. It goes down, so let's sell another close to 20%, maybe a bit more. So 5,500 maybe. And the next one from 0.76, maybe 0.5 up to say 1. Losing well more than half its value. Situations like that. Or doubling on the other side. About that. Do an aggressive play, maybe like 9,000, but almost half. And that's the part of this game, is making those ones that can just make huge plays on both sides. And you want to try to get as many as you can. And we're going to have our fair share over a span of over 1,000 days, which is how long this is. So let's go a quarter here to buy, maybe 0.57 to sell. And another goes down even more, not quite half, so maybe 4,200 of the 11.5, and it goes up, but not really too much. And we'll just wait for the, as far as going down, let's go say 0.15. If it's going down like this, sometimes I can wait for just a good rally push. Doubling that is 0.47, so I'll go 4.4. So we'll do a small trade-off. Nothing too big here because we've had so much of an accumulation, and you want to get rid of them in higher prices when you get so many in a row. If I do 8,000, I'd be gaining 3,700. I could probably even afford to do a bit more than that. Alrighty then. Alright, so then for the next price, after 0.46, maybe go like 29 and maybe 7.2 for a high, and it goes down. So of the 11, we could probably unleash 5. And there's going to be times where you can make aggressive plays. In a spot like this, go like all of it up down to like 8,000 to all of it. 7,000 to all of it isn't a really, really aggressive play. And then you really, and if you're right on the all of it, I mean, a lot of times you're going to be in the right situations. Now, maybe that's not too low of a number, and maybe you're wrong and you're right, meaning it goes down to 0.09, but then it goes back up to 1 and higher. Okay, so then from this point on, let's just assume, let's go 1.6 and 5.2 high. There we go. So you would have been right to sell it all in this spot. But you know what? Sometimes it makes more sense where it might be one of those right plays. And if you do enough of volatility, enough coins, there's just some of them you can take the chances with because you got other things going back with other crosses that you're playing. Anyway, so with that being said, we have a double move here. And one thing I could do is say, well, how much would it cost for me to come close to doubling my NEM total here? So I got 67. Let's say if I buy 5,000, what's that cost? 92. That's easily affordable. And that's good for my NEM holdings. Okay, so now let's go to the next price. Let's go zero point 0.3 down, maybe 0.78 high, and it goes down. So again, we can go like 5,000, 5,500, and let's do 0.15 and 0.49. It goes to that 49, so that's buy 5,500 this time, so 500 more, and work towards the same sort of deal. It goes up to 0.83, so of the 86,000, maybe sell about 12,000. What would that give us? 99. That's a pretty good score. Let's go to 0.53, maybe sell at a buck 14, and it goes down. So the 21,000, maybe 8,500. Pretty decent decline from 83 to 51. And that's a really good increase from 0.51 to 1.13. This is where you can make a phenomenally kind of large move, 30, 40, 50,000. I definitely wouldn't be going all in. That's just not at 1.13. And not after just coming from a low price. I mean, I'm looking at selling all ins after 2, 3, 4, whatever sell orders in a row. And it's coming off of a buy. So maybe do like, say, 38,000. And my short-term memory isn't the greatest, although I'm trying to remember what happened next. I mean, sometimes it just keeps going up. Sometimes it just has quick falls again. And that's the thing about volatility. When you get big moves, I mean, the next many hours and days can be just glorious at times. Okay, after 113, let's do the buy at like say 75 and sell it say 169. It does the 75 number, so I got 56,000. We can do like say it's a pretty good decline again. 14.5 maybe. That would give me like a decent score of almost 20. Okay, maybe 0.58, maybe the one up top. Okay, so let's do another 13,000. See, now if it goes down again, I can think of an aggressive sell on the XEMs. We'll see if it happens. So we'll go 0.3, 0.8. It doesn't, so we're going to sell from the 96,000. Let's go like, say, 19,000. What would that add? 15. Pretty good score. We could even do a quick sell. We can, we added 15. We could maybe sell like even just 12,500 of them. And then buy that 12,500 back or 15,000 back because it goes up 42% the next day. And now it goes up 96. It's at 1.7. You want to really start to get some good. I mean, you can go really aggressive. You sell all of it and then you get a big decline. I mean, the profit on your coins are just going to be immaculate. But I don't want to sell out either. So I would be thinking about 30,000 to 32. And I'm doubling, more than doubling my stack from 47 to over 100. And it goes down. And it goes down. So at this stage, I'm trying to remember. I got 40. I could just sell, say, maybe 200 and 75,000 of even 350 because I gained like half, or 325. Well, 32.5, I guess. And it goes down a little bit, but is 19% enough of a move? Let's say no. Let's go for a big move, 75, and go up for like 180. Alrighty then. So it goes from 1.2 to 6. Of the 69,000, let's unload about 26,000 of them and get back 41. I know my volatility is lower than this was at the start, which is why I'm doing much more than 20% moves, because how much you sell is based on your volatility. Alrighty then, so 62 to 1, that's a gain of about, 2/3. Of the 100 and close to 20,000, let's do about 35 and gain about 35 back. And then it goes up again, 46%. So maybe 26 and I get 38. And I could just even buy that 26,000 back the next day. And what happens is I'll just gain an extra amount of M. I have the exact same amount of GRS in 2 days before that, but I have a bit more NEM now. Let's look to buy back at say 0.8, 1.65 sell, and we'll sell some of those NEM. Of the 86K, maybe like 26 of them. And let's go. I mean, to me, this is like playing a poker tournament. You can see how your chip numbers just keep going up. Okay, so now it's down to 0.44. Let's go like 22K of the 60. And I can buy those 22K back the next day. Let's go 23K. I'm still profiting on my GRS. And let's go 32 for the buy and 0.89 for the sell. And it just lost half its value or doubled. Better than such. So and it's really aggressively low. But we are coming off a sell as well. I'm going to go 29,000 and pretty much go, and I'd be going really aggressive on the next play with what I'd have left. Well, that's only 26%. Let's go 15,000. I mean, normally you don't sell half or close to half on a 25% decline, but it's an aggressive play. So let's go 0.075. I mean, if it goes there, I'll go extra. Sometimes if I'm doing that, I'll just go for an aggressive more move down instead of 0.11 or 0.10. I'll go 0.075. And then for the high, I mean, we're just so low. So many, doubling that is 37. So let's go 35. And it does better than double. So of the NEM, let's buy 15 grand of them. And barely costing 10% of the GRS. Okay, it's down a little bit, but not enough. Let's buy at like 0.275, sell at say 0.77, and it goes to 103. So it's better than double. So of the 280, maybe 89. That should do a lot more. I mean, I could even go, one could even say go less just because you have 32,000. Now, if I do that, I would have 120,000 of one coin of the XEM, and I would have like 190,000, even still more than GRS, and they're the same price coins. So I'm going to do a little less than that, but really a little less, and then move on. So 0.7, 1.55, and it goes up. So of the 200,000, let's go 60, 58. It's not the biggest of moves at 60%, but still good. There's another 58% move. So the 142, and it's starting to get overextended now. When you start selling out, do you do it today? And looking at charts and different things and other indicators, you might get better times to say, yes, it's time to sell everything. I'm not going to do that here. I'm not even going to sell half. I'm going to sell like 56,000. I mean, that's adding 140 still on the, and I could buy those 56,000 back, right back. And 14% down. Let's wait for a bit lower. Let's go like 115. Sell like 265, and it goes to 102. So it's lost half its value, more than half its value from that time where maybe you should have sold all in. You see how well it would have worked because you would have been doing better in the result here. Nonetheless, the results still here are still fantastic. Let's do 92,500. Well, it's not, how about 110? I know I hate saying this because when you do this and you do this like 5-6 times, you kind of remember, and I think it does go up big the next very day. No, it doesn't. Okay. That's again my memory. It's not the greatest, and this is a time where I like it not to be. Okay, so down to 0.71. So of the 131, maybe go like 35, 36,000 almost. Let's buy back at say 47. We've already seen it in like the 0.2, 0.1 numbers, so we know it can go back. Sell over $1 or one. Goes down to 0.436, so let's go 29,000 and start to sell aggressive if we get more, because this is like 4 buy orders in a row now. So if it goes to 0.275, it's aggressive time. And let's sell for like a high number, like 75. Okay. It's GRS sell, so of 365, we're on day 5,509, halfway through. Of the 365, let's do 110. And it goes down 25%, so let's buy 111. Look to buy back at say 0.58, sell at 1.25. Okay, we own 95, so let's go 32. Buy at 3, that's almost a halfer, and 0.94 to sell. Okay, so let's do an XEM buy on this one. We got 63, so what would 50,000 cost? Hardly anything at all. Let's buy more than that. Let's do 69,000. Okay, well, I guess I wish I would have bought less, because now it goes up 150%. So the 350,000, let's go 140. And I should have went all in there. Well, buy 175 back. Okay, well, I can go all in here if I want, but not anymore. Not when you hit a resistance, come back and meet it again. But of the 385,000, I'm not going to be shy from selling 140,000-ish. Oh man, all in? Maybe. We'll give it a shot to stay. 175,000. I mean, this is an aggressive play. This is almost all of what I got. But I have enough to do one more insane sell order. Okay, I guess it's all in now. Okay, 69,000. I had one all in play. And I got it back so I can continue playing here, but let's look for a really prominently good buyback. 2.65 and sell. Well, we got new inventory now, so let's do 5.7 again. Okay, well, let's I never ever did the all-in sells in any previous game, so I'm going to be curious how my results are going to be now. I got 2 scores showing it ready to show at the end of this, so you're going to get this score and 2 more. Oh, okay. So therefore, we got 1.34. I'm not doing that. I'm doing sell. How about 250,000? Is that way too much? No, 100,000 is a good score. Okay, let's wait to buy at 1.6, sell at say 3.69, and it's a sell. So owning 169,000, we can do say 57K. Oh, 27%. Why not even just a small sell like 19,000? And then buy that 19,000 back the next day. And wait for, say, 302, sell at 6 and change. Oh, 161. Okay. Down 62% on that given day. I'll sell some XEM. I own 1.3 million. I'm not selling all in, obviously. 450,000. What does that do? 275. Okay, let's do it. And okay, so next day it goes up 58. Of the 387, 145, 150, 130. And we'll wait down to go 1.62 again was right, maybe close breaking 4. Okay, down to 163 of the 1.1 million. Let's just do something small like 220,000. Wait for it to break 1 or go past 2.6. It barely breaks 1. So let's do, I might break my record here. Not that after that one all-in trade. Let's just do a small 200. That's too small. 315. Because that's like still under a third. And the move is from like, it's a 62% 2% move going from 1 to 1.6. It's a pretty decent sized move. Okay, after buying one, let's do not 3, 7 and 1.49. Okay, owning 700,000. Let's do 233. And back buying at say 1.1, sell at 2.4. It goes to 2.9. That's a good score. Okay, so let's do 175. Go aggressive if it goes further. Higher that is, of course. 1.6 to buy, 4.44 to sell. 190,000 all in on the next sale. Not that one, but I will sell just a small amount. I mean, on next good sale, I'd be going all in. Let's just do 20,000, just a cost average. Way to buy back at say 3. Sell it like 8.50. Everything. Selling everything. 8, 9, 6 to 6. Now I probably did better back on day 1047 before. No, this is it. This is it. Well, see how much this is worth. This is going to be the last day. I don't think I'd hit. Like, what would my buy order be back? Like 7, 7.5. I might come back down. We'll see. But out goes 89,620. Well, didn't do it. Okay, didn't sell it. 89,626,029. 024 even. So unless this goes down to below 8 before the end of the game, I'm going to be owning 3.6 million XEM on a big gamble play here. Down to 9, down to 8. I still want like 7 or lower. 860, 840, 830. Okay, let's just keep going. There's 788, 76. Okay, so let's buy 100,000 of them for 657. Okay, maybe I did get some GRS back on that, but where would I be going now? I'd be looking. It's not going to happen because we're at the end of the game, but 4-ish or so, close to 10. And let's just go to the end of the game. And I lost my number. Although I can see it. It wasn't as good, I don't think. My other score, I had 2.8 million of the XEM and 300,000 of the GRS when this was over. And I haven't, and looking back, I don't think I'm doing anywhere better. I can rewatch the video over and see where my score is at the end, at least here. But this score is phenomenal. And this was the second time that I had played the game. Whereas in the first time, it was on a spreadsheet. One where I put the GRS data, so it started April 29, 2016. That's when it was at the 452 handle. Now it was at 363, and the Bitcoin prices were at $450. And it has all the raw data ending May the 2nd, 2019. Although technically not ending, it was intraday, May the 2nd, 2019. And there's some sheets on here. There's trades, worksheet, sheet 5, and wallet. We'll go over all of them. Worksheet. Without these numbers being shown, you're unable to see the numbers. For what I do in formula is, if, I ask the if question, if this cell is greater than 0, then give me what this price is. And if it's not, give me 2 quotation marks, just give me nothing. So that when I play the game, all I have to do is put a 1 in here. And now I can see new data without getting any T's information for what the next day was. So I played the game on here. I had the Bitcoin price, I had the price of NEM, and I also had the ratio available to me. And the play was to trade the ratio. So when you start off at 1.25, it went down to 103, 22 basis points. That's barely 20% down. Close. And I wish I would have got it, but who cares because it's all profit. But it's part of the game. So now it goes up to 166. I'm like, you know what? Let's just make that trade. And then it goes to 139, 126, down to 119. A differential there of 47 basis points going down. And then it would go 110, and then so on and so forth. So I've already completed this game. Now what happened within this is my memory serves me, is that I lost control of the ratio big time. I didn't lose control of trading it, but I lost control of the ratio, and then I regained control of the ratio big time. So I'll show you what I mean. So right now, I trade the ratio at 170, 555, 327 were the Satoshi prices. And then again, I trade the ratios. I buy it both on row 32 because, well, on the time of the ratio trade, it was 383, 384 respectively. Then it was 251, 297. So when that happens, I buy them both against Bitcoin. And then the ratio trade on row 35, ratio trade 3 times. I also have sell XEM here, which means the price went up to 1160 from like 300. So I took some of it to sell for this GRS, and I took some of it to sell against Bitcoin to buy back at a cheaper price. And then I sold more XEM, I sold the ratio, or I traded the ratio, and then the ratio again. Then I bought some XEM because it went back down to 997. And then no trades over this row of periods. A ratio trade on row 119. I bought some GRS. Now, when did I last? Oh, I just bought it. I didn't sell it before, but just went down to 201. It was just worth buying. And the ratio is down 8 points, but that means, and I could, it's not the worst of things, sell 905 to buy 201, but I was waiting for a better trade on the ratio. It went down to 21, but nothing too fantastic. Ratio then goes up to 0.42, down to 0.30, so I haven't lost control of the ratio yet, nor do I do it on the next page down, because there's a 2 ratio trades as it goes to 41 up to 54. And then there was the buy EXM because it went down to 585. 2 more ratio trades here on rows 198 and 204. On the next set of rows, only 1 trade, which was buying some GRS. Then the next row was buying XEM. So the ratio here was 255.32, and then 158, 459, and then 156, 364. So the markets are declining. And then buy some GRS, and then the ratio trades. Okay, well, we haven't lost control of it yet. Especially not here, because there's 4 sweet trades. It went from 27 up to 45, up to 63, up to 83, up to down to 58. I didn't bold this one, but that was 114. And then 0.75 it goes down to. And then, oh my goodness, the ratio is just fantastic here. I guess it might be a different one I lost control of the ratio. Yeah, I think it was. I thought it was this one. But anyway, no, I'll go to it. I mean, this video is already long. At another time, I'll quickly show you if I think it's another one, and I see it's true. But anyway, here, look at all these trades here in a quick period of time. From rows 308 to 321. Ratio, 52. Then I buy GRS because it goes down to 310. And it really is probably a buyback. And then 0.37 ratio trade. A few days later, 0.47, up 10 basis points. Next day, up 18 basis points to 65. 2 days later, back down to 45. 3 days later, down to 34. Next page down. Okay, this is where I lose control of it. Yep. I don't trade the ratio here for a while. So this is where I had it control. So 34 is the last ratio trade on row 321. You can see it goes up to 1.73, and I don't even trade the ratio. I sold them both at 470, 1498. Then I sold some more of the GRS. This is when everything's going up. So GRS then buy it back the next day, sell again on pre-40. I mean, the prices are 26.80 and 15.50. On the last page, we were looking at those prices. So, so I really had a hard time making a trade. Like, for example, if the ratio was 34, like, am I supposed to really buy these prices here at like 1700 and 1600 because I'm supposed to be selling GRS to buy that coin? And I just had a hard time wanting to do that. So as the next page goes on, I'm buying and selling against Bitcoin. There's a buy against with GRS, a sell on GRS, so I buy at 1576, sell it at 25.7. And then I'm selling NEM at 21, selling NEM at 26. Then I'm selling NEM at 38, selling NEM at 67, buying GRS at 12, and the ratio's already back down to 0.19. So I really lost control of this ratio, big time. But I will gain control of it back. And I gain control of it back on Bro 394. And it goes down to 0.10, 0.15. And then as we go on further, there's two ratio trades. Ratio trades for on this one. Yeah, I'm still selling and trading against the Bitcoin. A whole bunch of ratio trades in here and a few buys and sells. With the GRS, that's selling at 13,250 and then buying it back at 59.02. How do you do? The ratio, 161 up to 254, down to 187, and then 14, then 102, and then 71, and then 49, and then it's 44, but GRS is down to 31.50. And after I sold it like that, 12, 14 number, getting it back at 3, how do you do? Trade the ratio at 32, then at 46, and then at 71, 117, we can see at 84, 65, then buying of the GRS in here. And then look what happens during these days here. Every frickin' day, it seems you got nothing to do but trade. And let's get real here. It takes you maybe an hour, hour and a half. No. I'm going to expand upon this. Yes, it would take you an hour and a half to do it once a day. But if you're at the computer multiple times a day here, you could probably have managed a lot more ratio trades, a lot better ratio trades. And a lot more volatility because you can see every hour what's going on. Not every hour, but a lot of them, the ones that you can. And when we look at the prices in here, the ratio goes up to 98, 237, I mean down to 142, up to 2. I mean, if every day can do this, it's just phenomenal. And then the prices in here, GRS goes up to 81.49, up to 11.6. NEM fell at this time to 23. So what does the next page down show? Not as much volatility, but enough. And here's where I got buy USD. Bitcoin prices are up to 72.94. They're just starting to break out. So I'm selling Bitcoin to buy that. And then do the prices ever go even phenomenally higher? So buy US dollar when it's up to 9,800 Bitcoin, trade the ratio at 355, trade the ratio again at 48, as well as selling GRS on that day. The ratio goes down to 162. I mean, look at what happens in this. One coin goes up from 13.25 to 38.64. The other coin goes up to barely goes up at all. So I trade the ratio. I don't mind buying 62 when the price was at 11.8 and it's only up like 10% for the day, or 11, when this market is like better than doubling. So I had traded the ratio. Of course I'm selling XEM. When it's going to triple, I'm just going to have to sell a lot of it. So I sold some of it against the ratio and some of it against the Bitcoin. And I also bought US dollars since I gained Bitcoin on this exact transaction. I had the Bitcoin to sell at this, and the Bitcoin prices are 16.5. It's just an obvious play. And then the very next day, the ratio is 256 because the GRS goes up bit. And I mean, a little pullback, that's all it is at 29.75. But that's an extreme move on the ratio, enough to get active on it, page down. A lot of active stuff. So we have a ratio trade on number 600 at 187. The ratio goes to 243, and then great moves after it. Sell GRS on row 603. Buy US dollar because Bitcoin prices are 15.7 here. The ratio is traded in here. Even this has a buy US dollar for this in here, since again, You're selling them, you're accumulating Bitcoin, and Bitcoin prices were just too high. And if they were to go higher, well, then you just keep on selling until it goes down. Not much near now, just one trade buying GRS and no ratio trades. And nothing here as well, although I pushed 7 there, obviously. So nothing there for 2 rows. And 3 here, buy NEM, buy both, and ratio. So all the markets were going down. The ratio, which was just going wild, was at 109. Well, where did it go here? No, it didn't go, it stayed around 1 the whole time. Here, it stayed around 1. And here, it's staying around 1. And I could be ratio trading here, but I just bought both as it was here, as it was anyway. Oh, I wanted a better move, and here was that better move at 156. Then a few ratio trades, 196, 149, and you can see that those are decent sized volatile numbers. And volatility comes and goes, as we're seeing as well. And does it ever come, as we can see in the past? When it does, and when those days are there, that's when you really need to be active, because those are where the money comes in on multiple levels, because that's where the literal withdrawing of it is, and that's where the big gains, that's going to do the vast majority of your portfolio gain will come into play, because a lot of trades and a lot of volatility will come in. 2 trades here, 2 trades here, and Bitcoin prices are falling down, so I'm going to have to be buying back if it goes low enough. So sell US dollar 63.90. That was a Fibonacci level. Buy XEM on row 788. Buy GRS on row 806. The ratio's not trading. Ratio's not trading. A little bit here at 553. And buy NEM as well. Nothing here. Nothing here. Low volatility. That's what we've been experiencing in this last several months. Nothing here. And nothing here. That's 4 straight rows. That's like what, 18 or so a row? 19? So that's like 80 days without a trade. 90 or so, 100 maybe. So there's a ratio trade here. And a US dollar sell because Bitcoin price is breaking down below 6,000. Got a target at 3,000, but again, I'd have to be realistic on this, that I could barely buy what I wanted to. This was just a small, like, whatever, because of the prices right as far as the mathematical volatility and what I gained from what I sold. Ratio trade here, nothing here, nothing there, 2 in a row. 3 trades now, so starting to pick up a bit. A buy NEM and 2 ratio trades, and next page there's another ratio trade. Next page, a couple more. We have selling GRS and the ratio, another ratio 1. Waiting, nothing here, nothing for 2, and then buy both. On this particular period, we'd be ending it at 6.66. The net results. And to have the advantage of being able to buy against the sell against the dollar Bitcoin, buy and sell against the actual price, which is seen, should be an advantage. Now, maybe because I lost control of the ratio is why I did it. That might be why I underperformed it. But the results are fantastic nonetheless. Now, what did it start off with? Well, this is where all the trades would come in. Whenever a ratio trade or buy both or sell both, they'd be together. So on this day here, I sold 17,000 against Bitcoin for 2.4. So these are all the trades. There's a lot of them, as you can see. On the Bitcoin side against the dollar, I started with 0.222 Bitcoin, 2/9 of a Bitcoin, or that of about $450. Okay. So then, in the wallet, ownership, starting with 0.22, I'm up 17 Bitcoin. Phenomenal. Literally, just phenomenal. But look at the ownership here. I own 425,000 of the NEM. I own 108,000 of the GRS. But with that being said, I also own 2.4 Bitcoin and $17,500. Which my net total would have been at 92,425. Now I got these numbers in here which says 297, 188, and 288, which was that there. That's what I did. Well, how much are these worth? Oh, this is worth 20 Bitcoin, and that would be worth 29 for 49, and this was 17. Oh, really? I gotta figure out how I did that. Like, how do I mean, I look at gaining, going from 0.22, going from 2/9 to 17 and a third, a gain of like almost 100 times. Okay, let's get that exact number. 78, a gain of 78.222 times, and that's just a disappointment. It's almost like that time when you talk about that father who goes up to that child, who comes up and he says, "Yeah, I got my report. I got 99.1%, and I ranked fourth out of 65,000. Not 100% and not first." And that's literally how I look at it. Because, yeah, it's damn good. But how do you make it damn better? That's. I consider these results poor, I guess. And I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it tomorrow, and I may not even do it. Period. Because, but I do. I want to try to see how I can do it better, and really try to find the best mathematical parameters to how to really efficiently, instead of talking about just making like 100, like with Bitcoin prices making significant highs over 20K, instead of talking about making like 100 to like 8,000 times, I want to talk about making like 500 to 100,000 times and stuff like that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this video. I hope this was educational, informative, because I can remember, I don't know, 3, 4 times in my life during my teenage years and my early 20s, going into somebody's house or a boardroom in a hotel, and it's like this Amway kind of session, or this type of MLM type of thing where they talk about how you can just make a whole bunch of cash. And they try to sell it like it's the greatest thing in the world. It's almost like this is almost it. Like if it's almost like yeah, it's there. The math shows that if the volatility works in this level, that in history this is what the results would have been. And in the scenario of Bitcoin going to, well, here we are standing close to 6,000. It's doing well right now on the day. But 8,000, 10,000, 16, 20, 40, 80, 100, and then anything on that beyond, because I'm doing all my target levels for $100,000 Bitcoin, 80 even, because that's a 4 to 5x gain from previous resistance of 20. Yeah, last time it did better than that. Last time it did about 14 or 15x, going from like 1,200 to 20,000. But, well, whatever. See, the whole point is, if you're selling at, say, 6,000 Bitcoin, 7,000, 10,000 back in the days, which was 2017, then 10,000, 13, 15, 17, 20, just never stop until it goes up. Well, there you go. Now you probably have an average cost of like 13,000 sell or something, 14,000 average. And then when the markets go down, it works. And same thing on the way up. Oh, so Bitcoin prices are 64,000, 80,000 even. Okay, let's sell. Oh, 110, sell. Okay, 140, sell. And if it goes up to 17.4 million, we'll just keep on riding the wave. Which, that wouldn't happen, I don't think. I'm not thinking, but technically I kind of am. I'm kind of in a way. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.